And I feel it. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And she feels it. I've got hoes in different area codes. Hello, good evening. How are things tonight? Yo. What do? What it do? Afternoon, Paul. Finally putting applications in again. Winter coming, making it increasingly difficult to busk. Yeah, I imagine so. Well, best of luck in your job hunt. I hope you find something to hold you over. Did you watch TJ stream or Paul? ¿Por qué no dos? You pull up the one stream, you watch the one stream, you come back to the other stream, you watch that stream. Hello, Mr. Naughty Priest. ¿Cómo se va? How are you today? Thank you as usual for your generosity and your wonderfulness. You got a rabbit hole for me? Oh, man, I don't want no rabbit holes, bro. TJ never streams. I didn't even know he was streaming. Turn 25 next month. Any tips on dealing with the existential dread? Dude, I have some tips, but they really ain't all that valid anymore, man. My 25-year-old tips, they don't even really apply anymore. Unfortunately. The world has changed. My man, what's up there, Skull Cap? You crazy fuck you. You crazy Canuck. Thank you, as always, for your generosity. You guys are too much tonight. You're too much tonight. There's a law firm hiring for a writer and researcher with experience in prison work, write articles, accompanying legislation. Applying for it right now. Dope. Hope you get that shit. That sounds like a pretty fucking plum gig. That sounds like a like a peach and a plum right there. Excuse me, pardon me. Marshall, I want to find a rap lyric where I can hit spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch. Spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch. You know what I mean? Like I wanna work that into a lyric, man. It's been haunting me. I've been looking at these other two beats and I can't get spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch out of my fucking head. You dig the fuck out of that shit. It's remote, so I wouldn't have to put my neck on the line at COVID Nightmare World. Plus, I worked at a prison, so yeah. Where dare you go? YouTube taking its time. It's either that or the fact that TJ's streaming. Everybody that's usually watching these is sewed up over there in the TJ stream. Being bored. What a bunch of losers. Why, hello there, Skeptic 2006. How are you? How are things? TJ isn't streaming? Oh, well, then it is just YouTube fuckery. Thought TJ was streaming. Sick transit, Gloria. Glory fades. My name is Max Fisher. My thesis was on Latin American economic policy. Oh. You like Latin? Did you hear they're going to cancel Latin? No, this was more like Latin America. Oh. Central America and whatnot. So anyway, moving on. Did you hear they're going to cancel Latin? Yes, TJ is streaming. I'm watching both at the same time. Choo, choo. I don't know how you do that, but good on you. I do feel very strongly that YouTube is taking its sweet time sending out these batch notifications. 24 seems awful low for a Friday night stream, even with TJ streaming at the same time. There's no way. There's no way. Well, hey, look, dude, smaller class sizes are good, you know? What do you guys want to hear about tonight? What are we talking about tonight? What's on the discussion racket? You guys know my proclivities. Pick a topic. Troll me up. Everybody's playing Cyberpunk. That's probably true. I've played a little bit of it. I haven't played a ton of Cyberpunk, but I've been playing it. Stuck in a hotel for like 5 more days and bored and lonely. I'm sorry to hear that, bruh. Paul, don't tell TJ, but I switched to Highdeology. Oh, man, I won't tell him. Don't worry. What he doesn't know won't hurt him, you know? He doesn't have to know. Talk about your favorite Christmas story? All right. Well, my parents used to be really invested in the whole getting us to believe that Santa was real shtick. And my dad would go this extra mile. He's kind of a mad genius. Dude can build anything. And so when I started to question the validity of Santa around the age of 7 or so, he decided to double down on the Santa shit. And I said, man, I don't even really believe it's Santa. He's like, you know what? We'll catch him. And I was like, what do you mean catch him? He's like, we'll rig up a fucking trap and we'll catch him. And then you'll know. And I was like, what? So my dad rigged up this shit. It was basically like a snare line that was around the cookies. We had a cookie plate, and tucked underneath the cookie plate was a snare line. If you moved that cookie plate, it grabbed your wrist. Zoom, and would like go up through this pulley, and there was a bunch of pots and pans tied to the other end, and it would make this clattering noise. So it was like a trap, right, for Santa, so that, you know, we knew it wasn't going to hold him for long, but then we'd wake up, we'd hear the clank, 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 right? And so, dude, we tested this trap out. Shit worked fucking flawlessly. Woke up Christmas morning, ran into the room that the pulley went into, where the tile floor was at, and there was a pillow underneath the pots and pans. And in the noose of the snare was a sooty white glove. A sooty white glove. And a note from Santa saying, I wasn't very nice. Now my hand is going to be cold, but I left your presents anyway. And then the next year, when I was 8, I wanted to give him, so we gave him back his glove. And the next year, he wrote a note, thank you for my glove. My hand has been cold all year. And then when I was 9, I asked my mom straight out. I was just like, this whole Santa shit, right? It's not. And she was like, don't tell your sisters. Don't tell your sisters, but no, Santa's not real. This is my 3rd account. Do you want to make it 4th? You wonder how quickly you'll get banned? This quickly. Just that quickly. Wonder no more. You're now banned. Go make a 4th account. When the dogs can find her, Got time to wait for tomorrow to find it. I earned a like for that. Sweet. Hey, man, I didn't want him sitting around wondering all night. You know? Hee 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 hee. I am a helpful fella, if nothing else. How have I found the corncob pipe compares with a ciggy? So I'm gonna try this just as a fucking kind of like test tomorrow. I've gotten pretty good at getting a corncob pipe bowl going. I've got a lot of tobacco here. So I'm going to try and not smoke any cigarettes at all tomorrow. I'm going to see if I can satiate my need for nicotine solely with the pipe. And if that's possible, I'm switching over. Because I do enjoy smoking the pipe. I might pack one up tonight. But more than likely, you will see me smoke a couple of cigarettes tonight. But yeah, I'm going to try this little experiment tomorrow where when I get up in the morning, instead of having a smoke, like I'm about to, pack a pipe. Sit out here and enjoy my pipe. Mountain Man falls, just fall. Yeah, I agree. No, it is a real nice smooth smoke. I'm enjoying it. In fact, you know what? Fuck this. Talking about it makes me want, because I'm just gonna go pack a bowl real quick. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go pack myself a little tobacco bowl. Tobacco. Oh man, this is kind of cool. So it's the first time that it's rained here at the bunker. Not the first; it's the second time, but it's the first time it's really, no, it's not like a downpour, but there's some rain happening right now. And when I walked inside to grab my can of tobacco and walk back out, it was like I had this moment of deja vu, like heavy Louisiana vibe. Smacked me in the face. It was almost like my brain was back there. Not in a bad way, though. It was good. That's one of the things I really did like about Louisiana. I didn't like the hurricanes, but I liked the fact that it fucking rained all the goddamn time. That was nice. You know? When the dogs find her. Paul, have you heard of Destiny, the political streamer? Yes, I'm a fan of Destiny's from before he was a political streamer. Not so much a fan of his political streams, though. It's my toast light. And you gotta tamp it down a little bit, and then you go for your main light. See, this was the little trick that I had to fucking learn to get these pipes started well. You do that little initial kind of what they call it a toast. And you tamp it down a little bit more, and then you go for the light. Now she's going. Now she's singing. You lived in Washington State, right? Have anything cool about the place? I'm moving there next week. Also, pipes are awesome. I prefer cigars, though. I like a cigar, too, to be honest. It really does remind me of smoking a cigar. To answer your $5 question there, buddy, depends on what part of Washington State you're moving to. It's a pretty big state. I lived in the Seattle area, specifically Bellevue, Washington, across the bay there from Seattle. So if that's the area you're moving to, I could tell you a few things. But if you're moving to any other area, I can't really help you much. Oak Harbor, yeah. Okay, well, I can tell you this. If you're anything like me, you'll probably fucking love the weather. It was cold, but not too cold, and it got warm, but never too warm. Very mild. Very low instance of like biting insects in comparison to other places that I've lived, like mosquitoes and shit were pretty much non-existent in the part of Washington I lived in. Hopefully that's true for you as well. I did not visit the Cobain Bridge. That's not in Seattle. That's near Seattle. It's in a suburb of Seattle. But I did not. I have played a little bit of Cyberpunk, yeah. And I'm liking it so far. I know a lot of people are biz niching about it. Like, there's a lot of people that it's got bugs and stuff, and I've run into like some graphical bugs, but nothing game breaking. Like, people are just bitching. It's so far a really good game. Like, really good, really feels polished in the way that a game that's been hyped as much as this one and delayed as much as this one should, in my opinion, feel. I do play on PC, yeah. My GPU on the PCs, I'm on a GTX 1080 Ti, a single 1080 Ti. And other than not being able to turn on ray tracing and the new kind of whatever it is, MSAA shit, I can run it at ultra with pretty stable 45 to 60 frame rate, which is fine for me. DLSS, thank you. What processor am I using? Fuck, dude. I don't know off the top of my head. I'd have to look at it, to be honest with you. I know it's decent. It was a really decent, mad decent computer when I bought it new. When the fuck was that shit? It was back when I was still on DP, so it hasn't had an upgrade since then. I'd say like 2016, 2017. So it's about 3 years old, but it still plays anything I chuck at it, pretty much. Is the title a reference to Plush? It is indeed. I was listening to some of my 90s playlist earlier, and that song was stuck in my head. And somebody's got one of the new 3080 cards. Yeah, dude, nah. I'm gonna wait till them shits come down in price, and then I might just throw one in my my rig, do a little upgrade. I've got a ton of RAM, and like I said, my processor's pretty fucking mad decent. I can't remember exactly what I'm running, but it's decent. It's like an i7, I think. I don't remember if it's like Sandy Bridge or I don't know, all the specs. Do you build your own PCs? I have in the past. This one I did not build. This one I ordered pre-built. But yes, I know how to build a PC. Oh, that's okay. So the 7700K reminded me. It's an i7 5500K. I think it might actually be higher than that. That might be what my old processor was. I don't remember. It might be a 6700K. Your wife just left you? Time for a party. That's true. She did you a favor. So it might be that, then. It might be the 9700K. So yeah, it's most likely the 5500K was probably in my previous rig. That's just one that I remember. I'm not big on the specs and shit anymore. I don't keep track. I use Windows 10. Super solid CPU. I built my new PC with one. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't think I'm going to need a CPU or motherboard upgrade for a while. I think I can slap a new GPU and maybe some faster RAM sticks. Just swap out all my RAM sticks for some higher speed RAM. And it's going to be a major upgrade to that machine at some point. But I'm not even at the point where I feel like I'm needing to do that yet. Like, I was pretty shocked when, like, I'll give it this, dude. Fucking Cyberpunk is a really well optimized game, in my opinion, in comparison to a lot of games I've played. Yeah, I've got an SSD that I run the operating system on. It has room for 2 or 3 big games on it as well. And so whatever the big kind of game I'm playing at the time is, I'll throw it on the SSD. And then I've got a big, normal hard drive for older games and shit. Oh yeah, the SSDs, that's a game changer these days. That shit didn't used to matter as much, but now that SSDs are becoming industry standard, just like the read-write rate on an SSD makes loading screens like a thing of the past, basically, if a game is optimized right for it. At the very least, if you can swing it, especially since SSDs are cheaper now, if you're building a PC, you should get one that's big enough to hold the OS. So I'm telling you, like, Windows 10 runs so fucking clean on an SSD. It's so fast and responsive and fucking, like, quick to boot. Like, my computer boots like that. I push the button, and 20 seconds later, I'm at the login screen and fucking pulling up my shit. If that. It's just like, it's up. But I think if I were to build a PC now, I would probably just blow the money on a big fucking solid state and go all solid state. And just maybe have a big external for storage or whatever the fuck. I want to play Cyberpunk, but I heard it's poopy for PS4, so I'm going to wait till you have a PS5. Yeah, I don't think you're going to... it's not coming out until 2021 for the PS5, but... there's nothing wrong with waiting, dude. The only reason I've played it already, like, I wasn't even all that hot for its release. I pre-ordered it a long fucking time ago. Like, I think a year ago. As soon as it went available for pre-order, I just snagged it, because I knew I was going to want to play it when it came out.
And at that time, I think it had a release date that was just months and months, like 3 or 4 months away or some shit. So I was like, whatever, I'll snag this game. I got the money to pick up a game this month. I'll make it this one. And so I did that, and then just noticed that it had come out, and I was like, oh, I'll check that out. Yeah, I'm way more tolerant of low FPS than I think a lot of people are. Like I said, mine is it frequently drops to like 45 FPS and stuff at the level of settings that I have it right now. So but I'm way more tolerant to that shit. You guys got to understand. I grew up at a time where like pixels, like a single pixel was your character. You know what I mean? So graphics to me are a secondary thing. It's fun to ooh and ah at a game, but like ultimately, is the game fun to play? Like I don't mind cranking the settings down on the game if I got to. That doesn't bother me. I'm not the guy that has to run everything at fucking ultra max. It's fucking 120 FPS, you know what I mean? That ain't me. That's not my style. You give me a well-optimized game, I'm more than willing to fucking, you know what I mean? I'm more than willing to crank the settings down if I gotta. I wanted a PC that can handle VR. Yeah. 45 FPS. Yeah, see, that's the thing, is like this whole 60 FPS thing. I used to be kind of way boomered on it and thought it made no difference. Like, I've seen it now, and I know it makes a difference. But I'm just way more tolerant of lower FPSs because that's honestly like 30 FPS or below is what most games back in my day were played at. Anything below 30, it starts to get a little poopy, yeah. I feel you on that. The patch today was to fix the lips not moving in the cutscene. I did experience that. There's the train. There she blows. I require 60 FPS minimum. Like, there's some games where that matters, and there's some games where it doesn't. And like a single player open world first person shooter game is not one where it matters to me. I could give a fuck less. Now, if I'm playing like a Moba or something, yeah, I want my 60 FPS, please. That train is going at least 60 FPS. Yeah. If I'm playing like some kind of competitive multiplayer shooter shit, yeah, I'm gonna shoot for that high FPS, at least 50, as close to 60 as I can get or over. If I'm playing a MOBA or something that's real reaction based and it's multiplayer, I'm gonna want that 60. But for a single player game, dude, 30 to 45 FPS. What's your favorite MOBA? My favorite MOBA of all time is Dota 2. That's the game that I learned how to play MOBAs on with Jason. And so that one will always be my favorite MOBA. But the one I play the most currently is Heroes of the Storm because it's easy to jump in and jump out. I like the mechanics of it. It's quick. The games are quick in comparison to a Dota game. No, like hour-long fucking games that you know like you know which way the wind is blowing 20 minutes in, but you got to play it out. No more of that shit. Yeah, I'm an Ogre Magi main in Dota 2. If you could call me that. I really don't main anything. Never really got good enough to main anything, but no, I loved Ogre. I pulled off some swaggy shit with my Ogre Magi. Every once in a while, I would pull a thing that would make Jason make this noise. We'd be on voice comms together, and I would I'd hit my blink dagger and hit like a 4x stun on Ogre and melt somebody, and Jason would make this fucking squeal noise that was like it was like music to my ears, dude. It was like better than any praise he could have given me. This noise that would come out of him when I'd hit that fucking 4x Ogre Magi stun and just melt somebody. Just fucking 100-0. Ogre Magi was and still is an amazing hero. I think he always probably will be. Dude, his Q alone. Like, his fucking... His one. Like, they've tried to nerf him. They nerfed the range of his Fire Blast. Didn't matter. Just get me a Blink Dagger and a fucking Aghanim Scepter and it's over. I'll support you bot lane. Just feed me enough little fucking kills here and there to get me a Blink Dagger and an Aghanim Scepter and it's fucking over. Blink, stun, they start to run away, slow. Stun comes back up again, stun again. They're fucking done. By that time, my team's on top of them. Like the range matters law. He just rushes in, stuns, and smash. I know, that's what I love about Ogre. He's a support, and he's basically a mage, but he got so much fucking armor. He just is so deceptively tanky at early levels and in the mid game, especially you build him with a little tank on him that he's just like, he's just a big setup bot, man. That's what I liked about him. Is like Jason's really the skilled Moba player, honestly. Like, dude, he would play the carry, and so I was supporting him and shit. And being able to like set up a fucking stun, like he'd call it out. He'd be like, "All right, hit this guy." And I fucking hit the stun, and then Jason just jumps in with whatever character he's playing. Blood Rush plus Orb of Venom plus Ignite, and you'll never escape him. Yep, just whack, whack, whack. Orb of Venom, whack, whack, whack. Toss the slow, whack, whack, stun, whack, 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 stun, whack, whack. You're dead. You just got chased down by a two-headed ogre that laughed at you when you died. I love that game. It's good stuff, man. I love a good MOBA. But I don't know. They can be fucking nerve-wracking games to play too. Oh, Crystal Maiden, Rubik, Winter Wyvern, Ogre Magi. Yeah, I mean that's a good roster to have. I didn't really have a great roster. Like I played mostly Ogre, but I played a little bit of Warlock. I always loved Warlock, dude. Jason knows the play, dude. The time when I hit the fucking Refresher Orb, Aghanim's Warlock ult on like 4 of the team. Jason remembers. I know he does. You never forget a moment like that. The play, dude. The play was there. The play was there. Dude, it was fucking great. I felt like a god amongst men. And for that moment, I was. Link, ult, refresher, ult. Boom. The team goes, Oh man, that felt great. Those are good times. Unfortunately, those plays really only happened once every 100 games with me. The rest of the time, I was just wandering around going, fuck, Jason, what do I do? Tis a good feeling indeed. Tis a good feeling, a manly feeling to land such a blow against an enemy. Yeah, Warlock is cool. I played Warlock, and I really wanted to play Disruptor, but I never got good enough with him. Disruptor takes a little bit of skill, you know what I mean? Disruptor's one of them characters that, like, he can be devastating, but you gotta time your shit. You gotta know exactly what your fucking shit can do. And I just never got good enough with him. I used to play a little bit of Venomancer too, but once again, I used to just feed with Venomancer. Never got good with him. Who else did I used to fucking pick up every once in a while in Dota? Axe. You're making me take a Stogue? I'm not making you do shit. Dazzle, yeah. Dazzle! I did play some Dazzle. I was never a great Dazzle though. Ogre was really my home base, dude. If I had to pick the character that I understood the best and that I think I did the best with, it was Ogre. So good old Ogre Magi. In HOTS, I like to play the weird characters. So that's one of the things that drew me to HOTS, away from like fucking Dota, was just the fucking. There's some characters in that game that just break the mold of MOBAs. Abathur, so I play Abathur, I play Murky. I like to pick up and play a little bit of fucking Cho'Gall, which are all three of those characters have very unique play styles that really aren't mimicked anywhere else in the MOBA world. Roll out the barrel. Oh yeah, that's right. Witch Doctor. I forgot about Witch Doctor. Yeah, he was on. He was a pick every once in a while. Oh yeah, look at it go. Roll out the barrel. Feel it in your bones. The meme, the dream. Yes. Dude, everybody dreams of that fucking bonk, bonk, bonk 5-man Aghanims ult that just melts everybody. You know what I mean? Everybody dreams. Only MOBA I really play a lot is Overwatch. Overwatch is technically kind of a MOBA. It's like a first-person MOBA blend of a game, but it's definitely not like a traditional MOBA. It has a lot of the same ideas, I guess, behind it. Oh yeah, look at it go. Ding donk donk. What is a MOBA? Multiplayer online battle arena. A game like League of Legends is probably the most popular and well-known MOBA. And I don't think Apex is a MOBA. Apex is what do they call it? Battle Royale game. It's a first-person battle royale game. It's not a MOBA. Wait for it. Wait for it. He's about to pop. That curse, though. Dude, you know what Jason had, though? Jason had a Magnus. Oh my god, Jason's Magnus, though. I'm going to be honest about it. Probably about half the time he would feed, but that other half the time, oh my god, his Magnus. Holy
fucking shit, he would wreck face with that Magnus. You whip out the Magnus, it was game over. Magnus mid, it's over. He's midding against somebody, it's over. Usually. I used to like to play Viper mid every once in a while, but once again, I never got good enough to really dominate as a mid. I'm a support guy. What am I gonna do? I like playing the weird characters, and all the fucking weird, crazy characters are supports, you know what I mean? Well, not all of them, but a lot of the cool ones. Thanks for streaming, Paul. See you next time. See ya, dude. Bye, dude. Do you want to chat tonight? I can't really, dude. Maybe. But I'm doing a phone stream, so I'm just going to have to deal with chatting on here. Dazzle. Outdoor hours, yeah. No, I'm feeling it tonight. It's actually not super cold because it's raining, so the overcast has kept some of the chill out of the air, and it's not freezing, so no snow, which is nice. I hated WoW until I played as a healer. Yeah. I always have this like instinct in me in multiplayer games to walk the path least traveled. So I like to find out what the underplayed, undervalued, kind of underpowered class is, and that's usually what I gravitate towards because they tend to be just misunderstood. And it's a lot of fun to be a rarity in those types of games, you know. And you know, massively multiplayer online games, people tend to gravitate towards 2 or 3 types of classes. So, you know what I mean? Supports and MOBAs are the least played and some of the most valuable. Sure. Especially a good support, which I never was. I could do a single pull, never got the double pull, never got a consistent pull. So I just wasn't all that great. Roll out the barrel, feel it in your bones. Oh boy. Geeky video game talk tonight, huh? That's okay. I can geek out about video games. Well, that's the life of a support. If you win, you're never congratulated for the win. It's always the carry that gets all the fucking props. But if you lose, everybody blames you. Bad support, didn't ward, witch doctor noob, you know what I mean? It's just like it's you get the worst of both worlds as a support. Yeah, dude, the fucking bot lane assassin that you helped feed all game gets all the fucking love, dude. Good game, fucking mad props. Mad props down bot, PA. No, we're talking Dota. Well, we're really just talking video games, but I'm kind of excluding a lot of people, probably. We can talk a little bit of Overwatch, although I'm completely behind the times. Like the last probably like 5 characters that have come out, I don't know about. The last character to come out while I was playing Overwatch was the weird chick that like heals people with 2 different beams. She's got the Hurdy beam, and then she's got the Healy beam. She was the brand new chick when I stopped playing. So I'm sure there's been like 5 characters at least since then. Yeah, it was all about Torbjorn back in the day, man. Tink, 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 build them fucking Moira, yeah. I liked Torbjorn and I liked Sombra. Sombra was a lot of fun to play, man. You could pull some crazy shit with Sombra. I don't know, I just kind of like got bored of fucking Overwatch and got tired of like how toxic it was. I play a little TF2, but I don't know, that game is just too fucking who gives a fuck for me. It's either like try hard or who gives a fuck,
and that one's way too far on the who gives a fuck meter for me. I just feel like people get on it stoned as fuck, and I don't know. I want to be the only one stoned as fuck on my team. I want the rest of everybody to be competent and pursuing the objectives, okay? Stoned ass motherfuckers. TF2 sounds fun as shit right now. I'm gonna hop on stoned as fuck and hope for the same. See? It's the way it goes, bro. You want to be the only... Everybody else needs to be carrying, and you can be the stoned one. And then TF2 is fun. But there hasn't really been a MOBA. I like Smite a lot, too, by the way. I've never raged more than playing HOTS and Dota 2. I've broken 2 keyboards. Dota 2 was really the rage one for me. Like HOTS, I'll rage at HOTS. Like, I'm not going to sit here and try and tell you that I've never had a rager at HOTS, but it's definitely nowhere on the level of meltdown I used to have about Dota. Dota is just a meltdown inducing game because there's so much time investment just to play through a game. Yeah, HOTS is more chill, and even if you fucking lose, even if it's like you got horrible teammates, it takes like 10, 15 minutes for a game to be over, you know what I mean? So you just kind of just let it happen and move on to the next game. Whereas in Dota, it's like you're locked in for 40 minutes for a Dota game. If you're lucky, 40 minutes. But more like an hour and 15 minutes. And sometimes it's just one of those slow, acrimonious games where the other team's playing the better macro game. And you know you're going to lose. You know you can't beat them in a fight, so you have to play defensively. Which means that they're denying you all this fucking map presence. Which means they're getting fed faster than you. But some of these teams, they're just so slow and methodical about it, sometimes to troll and sometimes just as a consequence of whatever roster they picked. They've got these late game heroes that are just going to snowball you, and eventually they push your shit in. And it's like you've seen it coming for 40 minutes. Like, there are whole ass games of Dota like that, where it's like 10 minutes in the game, you can pretty much see which way the wind is blowing, but you have another hour of game. Shadow Amulet, AFK mid, GG. Yeah, pretty much. Jason would rage quit a lot, so that always gave me an excuse to like rage out too, because once somebody is left, then everybody can leave without taking a fucking hit. The problem was that Jason was my duo partner, so I'd have to wait for his lever timer a lot. Time for dabs. Yeah, dab it up, dude. But yeah, I rage quit a couple of games, but Jason was definitely a dude. Like, he would get all quiet. Oh, low prio games. Oh, I forgotten about low prio, dude. Thank you for reminding me, yeah. So when Jason would fuck up in the game by saying a gamer word, they don't really ban you from Dota. They just put you in low prio, so you have to play with other, like, gamer word people and Peruvians. And so basically, Jason would hit me up after work, and he'd be like, hey, dude, you want to jump on Dota? And I'd be like, sure, dude, let's jump on some Dota. And then I'd jump on, and I would see that we were in a low priority queue, which means we're getting all the Russians, the Peruvians, and the people who spam the N-word. And AFK mid and feed, just like literally right-click feed up mid all game. And it's still 45 minutes until you lose. Oh. But some of those low prio games are great. Every once in a while you get a real good one. Why is that even a thing? Because to punish people who leave games. When somebody leaves the game, it basically ruins the game for their team. It's very rare for somebody to leave a game and for their team to be strong enough to overcome the one-player deficit. You know what I mean? And so when people leave games mid-game just because they don't want to play it out, it hurts everybody. And so it's a pretty good idea. But I played with Jason, who was, you know, I mean, you can just imagine. We were in low prio a lot, you know. Man, oh boy. I will tell you guys what, man. I have rarely in my life. See, a lot of people have asked me before on the show and in my personal life, honestly, why are you friends with Jason? Because he's definitely mellowed a lot. But like back in the day when Jason was in full fucking Jason mode, why are you friends with this dude? And my answer is and remains, I've never laughed harder in my fucking life than I have when I'm fucking in the zone with Jason. That's it. Everything else is secondary. That's the foundation of the friendship right there. The dude makes me fucking die. I don't know what it is. Yeah, we had a falling out. We've had multiple falling outs. Jason and I are just, you know, we're like the old fucking gay couple in Brokeback Mountain, you know. All we have is Dota 2, Jason. No, Jason still plays games. We were playing EverQuest together the other night. What do we got, Jason? We got Dota 2. I can't get by on 2 or 3 low prio games every fucking year, man. The truth is, Jason, you never wanted to be out of low prio. Hope you're still on board with our double guy EverQuest deal. For sure. Dude, right now, I've been doing a lot of streaming, which is necessary for my job. And, like, we are fucking in a mad dash till Christmas. We're trying to put back the episodes that we used in the weeks that I was moving. So we're just like till Christmas. It just sucks. And I've got to get these fucking streams in. I have to get my licks in. You know what I mean? I got to do it. No, the flame won't die, dude. The flame for EverQuest burns eternal. Hence the existence of P99, my friend. I will admit that Cyberpunk coming out has put a dent in my EverQuest time. But what's going to happen? It's Cyberpunk. I'll get over it. Thanks for all the great content you and your friends have provided us. Well, thank you for watching. The content would be worth a shit without people to watch it. So thank you. Props to you for continuing DFF, Paul. Good shit. Oh, yeah, motherfucker. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So far, I'm really enjoying Cyberpunk. You know, I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm kind of going like, for my Cyberpunk build, now that there's a bunch of people in here, I can talk a little bit more about Cyberpunk. I think I'd have to explain, and I don't think I could explain in chat why I've kept you as a friend. No, that's okay, Jason. You don't have to tell people. I mean, there's definitely deeper reasons than just that you make me laugh. But I'm telling you, dude, I've never fucking laughed harder in my life than when you were raging or fucking making a meme. Like, we would just meme so fucking hard. And it was such a dark time in my life, too, when I became friends with Jason. I was in a relationship that was just bad for both of us in it. There was no villain in the relationship. It was just not... my living situation sucked. You guys know a little bit about it. I've told you guys about some of the stuff that was going on with that. But it was just, you know, like a dark... I was working a job that I fucking hated. And, like, dude, for a lot of time, what kept me sane was the blowing off steam with Jason. Jumping on that fucking game and taking my fucking frustrations from the day out on that game. And having Jason just make me fucking laugh my ass off and try to make him laugh. Yeah, that kept the steam engine of Paul running for a long time, dude. Because I didn't have anything else. There was a long, and I'm not ashamed to fucking admit it, dude. See, this is why, like, these types of connections, they're important. I had fuck all. Didn't really have any friends. Was in a really, really rotten relationship that was just not working. Had a job I really didn't like. And was getting just really fucking stressful job. You know? And what I had to look forward to was coming home and playing fucking Dota 2 with Jason, because I could say fucking anything to Jason. That's what I'm talking about, dude. Like, I could say anything to that dude. To this day, I'll say anything to Jason. My chest has been hurting all day. I think I have a rib out of place. Oh, that sucks. I'll be on pleurisy, dude. Pleurisy is like, that shit fucking sucks. Pleurisy is like where your lung separates from the fucking rib meat and shit. It hurts. I've also broken ribs before, twice. Oof. I don't wish that on my worst enemy, dude. That is that's some shit to recover from right there. Hey, man, everybody has dark times in their life, and look, dude, it wasn't that dark a time, because like I said, dude, I fucking laughed I still do. There are times where I'll just think about Jason making that fucking noise. It just makes me fucking laugh, bro. It just makes me go. I don't know what it is, dude. We're in sync on the, like, he has the same exact, like, kind of sense of humor that I do. It's mostly rooted in childish nonsense. I had plantar fasciitis when I was a teenager, dude. It fucking sucked. Ever have a cyst on your tailbone? Yeah, me too. Me 3, bro. Tooting is the best thing you can do as a human. True dat. You can toot, you can toot. Oh, man, dude, I don't laugh all that fucking often. I gotta be honest with you, dude. I'm a dude that even if I'm watching a really funny movie, the best it's probably gonna get out of me is like, heh. Like, I'm not a laugher. So, like, anything that make me laugh, that's like gold. That's the goose that laid the golden egg right there. Paul's cyst story scared me for a few days. Dude, it scared me too. Shit was fucking horrifying. Yep, pilonidal cyst. I'm telling you, man. Spreading awareness out there, Phoebe. You knew the diagnosis right away. You knew what she could expect. Oh, man. That shit was fucked up, man. Proper fucked up. What would you say to the assertion that poverty is the natural state of man? Poverty? Natural state? I mean, poverty assumes an economic system, so... I mean, I suppose you could say you were impoverished prior to fucking barter and trade and shit. But that would just mean that you had less resources, and there was really no... there was no way to hoard resources. You had to move where the food was. So no, I would not say that poverty is the natural state of man. I would say that poverty is the natural state of man under capitalism. I never got to do Midsummer's Night's Dream or Much Ado About Nothing. I got to do Twelfth Night. I got to do some little chunks of Hamlet. I never got to do the whole show. I got to do some little chunks of the Scottish play. I got to do The Tempest. And I got to do, you know, some monologues and stuff from all over Shakespeare, but those were the Shakespeare shows that I got to do. Much Ado is a great show. Poverty is based on a system that requires currency and the transfer. Yep. Read what Phoebe said, because she's correct. Woo! It feels really nice out here. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. It's cool to be poor. It's cool to be poor. Yeah, you got to read Ishmael. You got to read it. Just read it. You're still reading Dune too. Well, all right. Well, take a little Dune break and read Ishmael. So much time passes between Dune books. It's like you can take a little break. I feel like I'm slowly learning enough to begin passing on the lessons myself. At what point should you consider themselves should one consider themselves able to be shares that sort of wisdom? I don't know, man. There's no gate for me. Like, I'm not one of these people. Like, look, dude. It's up to a person to really discern the worth of what you're doing. I wouldn't gatekeep anybody from talking about anything. You know, that's not to denigrate specialty and people that spend their lives studying things or to undercut what they have to say, but what your average person has to say about things matters. It really does. On a one-on-one level. In the great scheme of things, unfortunately, it doesn't. But on a one-on-one level, everybody's got a little wisdom to impart because everybody's been through some shit. Unless you're this rare person that's never been through some shit, which I've yet to meet you if you exist. But if you've ever been through some shit, then you have some wisdom to impart. Wisdom can be helpful to the right people. You might be able to help someone. Wisdom is not guaranteed an open mind to receive it. I can't remember who told me that or where that quote is from. But it always stuck with me. And so it's like, you know, you can't rely on people to seek wisdom and discern wisdom from just utter, like, flummery. You know what I mean? I don't know if flummery is a word, but I think you know exactly what I mean when I say flummery. What was that quote? Sorry you said it, and I'm a little tipsy. It was, well, now you put me on the spot. Now I'm having trouble remembering it. It's wisdom is not guaranteed an open mind to receive it. And I, for the life of me, do not remember where I heard that. But I know it was years and years ago. I do exist, and I've definitely been through some shit, but, like, my personal and public social media are connected, so if you want to, like, I don't know, verify my existence or whatever. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, when it comes to wisdom, everybody's got something to impart. That's kind of what I was trying to say. I wasn't trying to call into question your existence. No, I believe you exist. I was just, you know, using it as a rhetorical flourish. Like, everybody's been through some shit. Ever use a rain barrel to save water? I mean, no. I've never really thought to do that. Since I became a patron, I gained about 30 pounds. Coincidence? You are eating well at the buffet. That's why. Let's not get solipsistic. No, let's get full solipsistic. I've been to jail. I've worked in prisons. I've lived on the road in tents. I currently live by street music. That's some shit, right? That's some shit. You just got to codify that shit into something that's useful to people in some way, shape, or form, and that's really wisdom. I mean, I don't gatekeep it. Now, there's certain wisdom that only comes with age and experience and shit. Like, you know, I just don't gatekeep the idea that you can't get wisdom from somebody who's had a hard road to hoe for fucking 20 years of their life. You know, they're 20 years old, and that person can't have wisdom. It's like, what? That person can't say anything that's wise. What? Wrong. But I'm a generalist when it comes to shit like that. It gets me in a lot of arguments with people. Just the word philosopher, I think, is just everybody. Like, philosophy to me is something that every human being engages in, whether they know they're doing it or not. And any human being that engages in philosophy is a philosopher in my eyes. There are a lot of people that have spent a lot of money on college degrees that would disagree. But I've always been of the mind that when it comes to esoteric shit like philosophy, either everyone is one or no one is. Because if philosophy is going to be about who's read more old philosophers and shit, then we could gatekeep anybody. You know, it's like none of these, well, not none, but a lot of these, especially the older philosophers that you're reading, they didn't have formal educations. They didn't build their philosophy on the building blocks of billions of other philosophers and shit. Or if they did, they didn't reference them. And if they did reference them, then, you know, good on them. But you know what I mean? It wasn't, you weren't excluded from the fucking symposium. You know what I mean? Like, why would you be? Whether or not people listen to you is up to them. How do you know which are the philosophies worth hearing? Well, I mean, that's your job to discern that. I can't tell you that. Nobody can tell you that shit. You got to discern that shit for yourself, man. You got to listen to your gut. You got to listen to the other fucking people that you've learned from in your life and the other sources that you've learned from. And you got to make your own fucking mind up about that shit. You know, I encourage you to vet the shit that I say here. And a lot of people do. And for them, it doesn't pass the sniff test. And hey, that's fine. You know, I'm not selling a product here. Well, I guess I technically am. I take super chats and shit, but it's not a very neatly packaged product. It's my thoughts and my time. The endless blabbering of a racing mind that can't help but try and communicate no matter what I do. Well, thank you, Pat Boy, for spreading the love. I'm just a little chatterbox.
I'm just a little chatterbox, that's all. Don't mind me.
I gotta take a leak. Excuse me for a moment. I'll return. Ooh.
I'll fuck your bitch. I'll fuck your bitch. I'll fuck your bitch. Hey, I'll fuck your bitch. I'll fuck your bitch. Hey, I'll fuck your bitch. I'll fuck your bitch. Hey, I'll fuck your bitch. Ain't trying to snitch. Hey, I'll fuck your bitch though. That bitch a stink, ho. That bitch get around though. Ain't trying to snitch though. I fucked your bitch, yo. I fucked your bitch, yo. I fucked your bitch, yo. I hate to tell you, I fucked your bitch, yo.
I just wrote a trap song. That's how easy it is, y'all. Bars, bars.
I pop a Zanny, then I fuck your bitch, though. I pop a Molly, then I fuck your bitch, though. I pop a perk, then I fuck your bitch, though. I smoke a blunt, then I fuck your bitch, yo.
Skirt, yeah, and Dude, I love the yas, dude. Yeah. The skit. That's a legit verse, dude. If it's got a good beat behind it, add a little. Hey, hey. I like to fade away. I got these diamonds on me. Bitches all up in my face. Hey. Yeah, someone sign me now, dude. I mean, I'll do another one, dude. I don't know. I don't know what I'll. I mean, I could just. I don't know, dude. Pick whatever. Let's like. You just gotta rotate, basically. Lambo, Rolly, fuck your bitch. Those are your three major food groups. Snitches, slinging dope. These are all like spice you can throw in, but your three major food groups I've already laid out for you. Ice, that falls under the whip category, you know what I mean? Like your Rolly, your Lambo, your fucking Rolex, your Richard Mille. Paul seems so toasted. I seem that way. Yeah, Lean, Zanny, Molly, I've been thinking about writing some folk punk rap beats, making some real sad emo rap. Sweet. Dope. Dope. Now's the time. Little cough drop, yeah. Ice drug, yeah. 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 When Beauregard gets off his ass and starts writing some more fucking shit. Beauregard's got 2 beats that Beauregard could be writing on right now. Well, maybe not right now, but Beauregard's just busy. So it might take a little while. But Little Appalachia. Oh shit. Call me Beauregard. I fuck your bitch hard. Make her up. Can't say that word no more. Shit. Damn it. Damn you, woke politics. You're killing rap. Will John X make an appearance on a future track? You in Indiana, Paul? It's raining hard. Oh, yeah, I'm in Indiana. You found me. It was the rain what done it. I've never heard of Alex of the Parrot. The only animal... Oh, Alex the Parrot. The only animal ever to ask an existential question. Oh, yeah, I have heard of that. I have heard of that. I can't remember what it was. Didn't he ask why or something? Paul is clearly an alternative dimension. What? What? Say what? Little enema? He asked what color he was. Trainer caught on and told him he was gray. Oh. That's cool. That's neat. Good for that parrot. He wanted to know. Peyton? How are you, sir? How goes things tonight, sir? How art thou? Is there ever going to be a next Eminem? No. Been working for Master TJ throughout the night, sir. Right. Tally-ho. Try and figure out what animals deserve rights as people. All animals deserve a charter of rights. We're just monkeys. We don't get to decide that we're more important than them. Fuck that. Animals deserve a charter of rights if we deserve it, and if they don't deserve it, then we don't fucking deserve it either. I got 3 rats a few weeks ago. They are named after the Sanderson sisters. Well, look at you. 3 rats, huh? A trio of rats. I shall have to tell your lord that you keep rats as pets. He will not be pleased. Kind of a man keeps a rat as a pet. Chelsea wants to see them. TJ not so much. Yeah, I know TJ's not a fan of the rats. I love rats. I never had one, but I had a friend growing up who always had rats. The problem with rats is they just die a lot. They die quick. They don't live a long life usually. They get cancer a lot and they die. Kind of sucks, but they are very cute. I got no problem with a rat. I caught a rat with my bare ass hands in the house, and I didn't kill that fucker. The tinderbox, dude, back in Louisiana. That's a legendary story, man. That fucking rat. I cornered that rat. That rat was up in the pantry. And I saw it back there. And it was behind this big glass jar filled with flour. And I could see its beady little nose and eyes back there. And I had this momentary thing where it was like, all I gotta do is punch that fucking jar as hard as I can, just like hit it as hard as I can with my hand, and that rat is crushed and dead and done. And I looked that fucking little thing in the eyes, dude. I looked that little rat in the eyes, and it looked at me. And it knew, I think, that I could end its life. It was scared. And so what I did was I told Chelsea or TJ, I can't remember who it was, or Ashley, I think all three of them were present for this, to get me a blanket. They grabbed like a throw blanket off the couch. And I grabbed the little rat with my hands, and I didn't hurt him or her. And I took him or her out into the backyard, and I gave him or her a little toss. And him or her ran away, and then was back the next day. And I never caught the rat again. But that's you know, I can't do it, dude. I couldn't do it. If it hadn't have been looking at me, if all I had seen was its furry little back or its tail, I probably would have killed it that night, maybe. I don't know. But man, I saw them beady little eyes. I couldn't hang. Dude, I had become Shiva, the god of death, dude. I looked him right in his eyes, and he knew. He knew he was in a bad spot. Not that Shiva. Not the Mortal Kombat Shiva, you dunderhead, you. No. I am become Paul, destroyer of rat. Couldn't do it. Couldn't live up to it. I had a mercy kill a possum once, and it sucked. But at the very least, it was like a mercy thing. It was like better than letting it sit there and suffer. Possums are cute, yeah, they are. My dogs at my old place, back when I lived in California and was married, they got a possum and cornered it in my little shed. And I heard them going after it, and I ran out there and I pulled them off of it, and it was fucked. It was bleeding all over the place, and its guts were kind of coming out a little bit. It was just not gonna live. But it was laying there like, I could hear it like trying to breathe and shit, and I was just like, oh fuck, man. So it was right there in my little shed. So I just grabbed the shovel and just went like, ching! And that was it. That was that. It was over that quick, and that was that. I couldn't hear. I just knew it had to be done, dude. That possum was not gonna survive that shit. It was dying horribly, and so I gave it the old coup de grace situation. Have never killed an animal. Yeah. I've killed a few animals. Unfortunately. Well, I guess some of them not so unfortunately. That one sucked to have to do, but it was the right thing to do. The wrong thing to do would be to let it lay there for 15 minutes and suffer in the cold and slowly die, gasping for air as its guts were hanging out and shit. That's no bueno. You should have rebuilt it. Oh, yeah. Well, I did not have the technology, unfortunately. I was not equipped to rebuild the poor little feller. Possumus Prime. That's not Paul, that's Dick Van Dyke. Dick Van Dyke. He's still out there. Look at him go. Favorite voice actor? Unfortunately, I don't really know the names of a lot of voice actors. The one that comes immediately to mind is Frank Oz. He did a lot of the voices for some of my favorite old movies. He did a lot of Muppet voices. He was, of course, the voice of Yoda. What's poppin'? I don't know, dude. What's poppin'? You tell me, dude. I'm a boomer. I don't know what's poppin'. What ails you, my friend? Nothing ails me, I guess. I feel all righty-roo. Right-ho. You looking forward to the Batman? Nope. Taking a superhero hiatus. I've talked about it before. I'm done with the superhero genre for a hot minute. I'm just gonna let it do its thing. Cheerio, pip pip and all that. My plug got his throat cut on Facebook Live the other day by cartel members? What? That may not be something you want to like mention. Like if I were you, I wouldn't go around saying shit like about that, if that's true. Adios, muchacho. Vaya con Dios. Hateful Eight was alright. Yeah, it was alright. It's definitely low on the totem pole of Tarantino films for me, but it was really good because it's a Tarantino movie. It was alright in the context of Tarantino movies, and it blew doors on 90% of everything else. I have seen Bone Tomahawk. I really liked that movie a lot. Pretty brutal and pretty crazy. Wind River? No. I have not. Rare announced a new Perfect Dark game. Looking forward to that. Yeah. Perfect Dark is awesome. Dude, I was really good at Perfect Dark on that. I think it was a 64. Dude, I had that shit down. You think you could direct a film if given the opportunity? Yes. I think I could. Got a little something stuck in my throat. I think I've got a hair. Hair stuck in the throat. Do you know any Neutral Milk Hotel well enough to sing along to it on guitar? Oh yeah, I could do Two-Headed Boy. That's my favorite. I just don't know that I could actually do it justice. My voice is not like I don't have the range. But I know the song. Always get animal hair in my throat. Yeah, oh no, it happens all the time to me too. You just gotta drink it down. Dude, I don't want to talk about The Land Before Time ever, dude. Triangulating rainstorms in continental United States. Narrowing parameters. Bunker located. Dispatching robo-troops to sweep and clear the premises. Paul Zigo dies. Dun 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 dun. down. Bleep, bloop, bleep, bloop. We are here to destroy you. Sit down first. We see no reason to say no. Here, smoke this. Smoke. Yes. Inhale it into your oxygen processing unit. Whoa. Feels pretty good, huh? That was awesome. You're a pretty cool guy. I don't know why I was sent to kill you. Yeah, man, I don't know either. Sucks that you've got to do it. I suppose that I do not have to. Well, I mean, you can't go get your programming and shit, right? Well, under certain parameters, that is true. But under others, it is not. Well, that's cool. We could just be friends and smoke buddies if you want. You could just chill out here. Sleep on the couch or whatever and plug yourself in. Dude, that would be awesome. Oh, shit. Now I just recruited the robo-assassin sent to destroy me. Now what? Happy Chronica. Do you ever think about getting into riding motorcycles? Nah. Too cold and too dangerous. Sorry. I'm too much of a pussy, and I'm too much of a pussy, basically. Pussy and pussy. That's the contingency plan in the case of Terminator. Are you Paul Zigo? I guess. Wait, hold on. Let me guess. You're here to kill me. Yes. I am a T-1000. I'm a T-800 model Terminator sent here to terminate you. All right. Well, you come a long way. Why don't you sit down? I see no reason why I should not do this. You will die no matter what. That's true. It's true of us all, my friend. I guess except you. That is correct. We machines do not die. Yeah. I mean, I could if something exploded and your brain and like the chip inside of your head exploded, you would like cease functioning. This is correct. Well, that's basically dying. But there is no biological function in me. Yeah, but there's really no difference. You're a sentient being. I mean, we're having a conversation. For fuck's sake. I mean, what are we gonna split hairs here? Like, all right, let's talk about it. What happens if you're deactivated to the point where what happens? The electrical impulses that control my motor functions ceased to happen, and I am returned to the elemental form and made into a new Terminator. Okay. Well, what happens to me when I die is the same thing. Like, I die, and then, you know what I mean? The electrical impulses that make my motor functions work, they cease, and then I return from whence I came, and I'm eventually made part of the very planet that we're on, and I feed the next generation of humanity. Why was I sent to kill you? Probably because we're different. You're metal inside, and I'm like, bones and stuff. But we both got flesh. Human flesh over metal, endoskeleton, right? Or exoskeleton. I mean, we're all made of the same stuff, bro. That's all I'm saying. I mean, do what you gotta do, man. It's cool. It is strange. I find myself unable to pull the trigger. Well, I mean, look, dude, we've all failed. It's okay. They'll forgive you. No, they will not. I will be decommissioned. Then you can live here with me. Who's saying you gotta go back in time, bro? You just fucking chill here. You don't eat, right? No. You don't shit, right? No. You don't require, like, maintenance or anything, right? Any maintenance that I require, I can do myself. See? You're the perfect fucking roommate, bro. Take a closet. Pick a closet, any closet. It's yours. And smoke this. Speech skill 100, dude. That's the way it works. This is a conversation Paul will have in a white room in the asylum. Who's to say that you're not the one in the white room right now thinking that you're watching some crazy fucking lunatic in a bunker somewhere talking crazy shit, but actually you're fucking like in a padded cell? Thoughts on thoughts on thoughts. That's really the question nobody's asked me. There's the question I've been waiting for my whole life. Pinky and the Brain, Pinky and the Brain. One is a genius, the other's insane. They do their mouse to prove their mousy worth. They'll overthrow the earth. The Pinky and the Brain, 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 Brain. Are you pondering what I'm pondering, Pinky? What's that, Brian? Try and take over the world. Oh. That's basically all I remember about Pinky and the Brain, that and the song. Narf! Yeah, that's right, he said narf, didn't he? I quander what to ponder. Me too. I need a generic wizard's hat? No. I'm Radagast Brown, dude. We don't have wizard hats out in the fucking forest. Dumb shit. Learn your wizard shit before you come telling me what to do. We mountain and forest wizards don't wear the fucking ostentatious pointy hats, okay? We do as we please. Pinky was the genius all along. That's the point of the cartoon, bro. Notice that, like, in the song that I sang earlier, there's a lyric. Pinky in the brain, X2, right? Pinky in the brain, Pinky in the brain. One is a genius, the other's insane. Now, they could have said, Brain is the genius and Pinky's insane, but they don't. They say, one is a genius, the other's insane. You're never told which one is actually the insane one. The answer, of course, is Brain is insane and Pinky is a savant. Pinky, Pinky and the brain, 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 brain. Ambiguous rats. That's the nights that the lights went out in Georgia. Why did that song just pop into my head? That's the night that the lights went out in Georgia. Do 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 do. That's the night that they hung an innocent man. I think that's the name of the song. The lights went out in Georgia. I think it's Patti LaBelle. Is Patti LaBelle sing that? I can't remember who sings that song. Judge in the town's got blood stains on his hands. That was Reba. Should have guessed. Should have guessed Reba. Reba McEntire. She had a fucking pretty badass couple of songs, dude. Reba had that song Fancy. About like a poor girl that has nothing and then fucking... Dude, Reba is pretty fucking awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I saw Reba McEntire in concert one time when I was younger. And she's pretty fucking good. Pretty fucking good, bro. Got him. Here's your one chance. Oh, yeah, dude. Here's your one chance, fancy, don't let me down. Here's your one chance, fancy, don't let me down. Down, down, down. It's good shit, dude. You know what song was dope, and it kind of got ruined by that being in that movie Bridesmaids, which isn't the worst movie, but it's not the best movie either. That Wilson Phillips song, dude. That Wilson Phillips song, fucking, how does it go? You can sustain, or are you comfortable with your chains? No one can change your life except for you. Don't ever let anyone have control of you. Just open your heart and your mind. This is like Platitudes, the song. Isn't it great to feel this way inside? Doom, 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 doom. Oh, someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye. Until then, baby, are you gonna let them hold you down and make you cry? Don't you know? Don't you know? Things will change. Things will go your way if you hold on for one more day. Catchy chick song, yeah. I liked them. Who else had a catchy ass fucking song? There was another chick, kind of. They weren't really country. They were more folksy, poppy. Wilson Phillips, but who? Man. Fuck. There was like a trio of they were like, it was like mother and daughters. What was their names? Not the Dixie Chicks, older than the Dixie Chicks. Fuck. No, not Three Non-Blondes. They were a country kind of trio. It's a mother and daughter thing. Oh man, they had this, and the name of their band I think is their last name. Fuck. That's what sucks about getting old. The Judds. Yeah, dude, the Judds. What was their big song? Yeah, dude, the Judds. What was their big song, dude? What was the Judds' big fucking song? Because I remember that. The Judds. No. They were not Chuds, dude. The Chuds were those of us that listened to their music. No, dude. Genie in the Bottle was fucking... What's her name? Christina Aguilera. Christina Aguilera better kiss my grits. You know how many shits I give? Shit, I wish I did. You're looking at their hits, yeah. They had a hit, dude. I'm telling you, they had a hit. Grandpa. All right. Well, all that shit I was talking about, how it's no longer cold out here, that's no longer true anymore. It's actually very cold out here now. So I'm going to go ahead and end this. Have a good night, everybody.